Imagine this. You're at work, it's been a long day, and suddenly a colleague makes a snide comment that hits you in just the wrong way. You've been holding in frustrations for weeks, and this one comment feels like the last straw. You lash out, words are exchanged, and before you know it, the situation has escalated beyond control. What started as a verbal altercation now turns physical, and in a moment of anger, everything changes. Hi all, I'm Marty with Warehouse and Operations as a Career, and today I'd like to talk about workplace violence, how a single moment of anger can not only impact your career, but can have lasting effects on your personal life, your future, and the well-being of your family. We'll explore the far-reaching consequences of assault and discuss the vital importance of de-escalation and reporting incidents of bullying or violence in the workplace. A few weeks ago, I was speaking with a couple of associates at a large production facility. They were a bit shocked how a recent event, a small pushing scuffle was how they were describing it, had stirred up such a fuss with the management team. In our industry, we've learned, and I hope throughout life that we've learned, it's never okay to lay hands on another person, even touch another person for any reason in a harmful way at work. And you can put a period at the end of that sentence. We got to talking about what can happen and how serious are those consequences. So let's talk about a few of them real quick. First off, our career can be heavily impacted. A violent incident at work can have immediate and devastating effects on our careers. Employers are increasingly vigilant about workplace behavior. And a record of violence can make it difficult, if not impossible, to find new employment. A physical confrontation can lead to immediate termination. Even if legal charges aren't filed, your reputation can be irreparably damaged, making it challenging to rebuild our careers. Employers want to ensure a safe working environment, and hiring someone with a history of violence is a risk most may not be willing to take. And then there's those personal and family costs. The impact doesn't just stop at work. The personal toll of such incidences can be immense. Legal fees, court dates, and possibly even jail time can strain your finances and relationships. The emotional stress can ripple through your family, causing tension and fear. Children and spouses may struggle with the stigma and the stress of having a family member that's been involved in a violent incident. Relationships can suffer, and the stability of your home life may be jeopardized. And then we have those legal ramifications. The legal consequences of workplace violence can be severe. Depending on the nature of the incident, you could be facing charges that range from assault to harassment. A conviction can lead to fines, probation, or even imprisonment. In addition to criminal penalties, you may also face civil lawsuits from the victim, which can lead to financial ruin. These legal battles can drag on for years, keeping the incident fresh in your mind and in the public record, following you wherever you go, following you for your life. Now, we all get it. Our work environment can be fast-paced. It may be hot or it could be cold. We may have production numbers that we're responsible for hitting. Our pay may even be based on quantities and those numbers. Even in a slower-paced environment, we can find that talk is cheap. Sometimes people like to gossip amongst themselves and in their little groups. But we all know ourselves, and yes, we are responsible for our own actions. Here are a few tips I've been given over the years. It's important we recognize stress and our own triggers. Understanding the triggers that lead to anger is the first step in really managing it. Workplace stress is going to be inevitable. We've got tight deadlines, high productivity numbers, difficult coworkers, or challenging tasks can all contribute to our frustration. It's important to recognize when these stresses are starting to build up within us. Are there certain situations or people that consistently raise your stress levels? Are you feeling overwhelmed or undervalued? Identifying these triggers can help you address the root cause before it escalates and becomes more than we can handle. And it's important to learn techniques for managing anger. Once we're aware of our triggers, it's crucial to have thoughts or plans in place to manage those angers. Simple techniques like deep breathing can help calm my nerves. When you feel your anger rising, try taking a deep breath and counting to 10, I do it in my head, before I respond. If possible, remove yourself from the situation, even if it's just for a few minutes. Step outside, get some fresh air, and clear your head. Talking to someone, a trusted colleague, a supervisor, or even HR can also provide a release for your emotions and help you gain perspective and keep your job. And then it's important to remember the power of walking away. One of the most effective ways to de-escalate a situation is simply to walk away. It might feel counterintuitive, especially if you feel wronged or disrespected, but walking away is a powerful statement of self-control. It's not about letting the other person win, it's about protecting your own future. Walking away can defuse tension and give you time to calm down and think more clearly. Remember, it takes more strength to step back from a confrontation than to engage in one. That's hard sometimes, but it's a must in such situations. Now, if walking away isn't immediately possible, verbal de-escalation can be a valuable tool to learn. Start by lowering your voice and speaking calmly. Acknowledge the other person's feelings without necessarily agreeing with them. I can see you're upset. Let's talk about this in a bit or a little later. This can help reduce their aggression and shift the conversation from conflict to resolution. Avoid accusatory language and instead use I statements to express how you feel. I feel frustrated when ... rather than you always ... And remember how nonverbal cues can play a huge role in de-escalating conflicts. Keep your body language open and non-threatening. Things like no crossed arms and no glaring. We need to maintain eye contact, but don't stare aggressively. A relaxed posture can help signal that you're not looking for a fight. Even your tone of voice and facial expressions can influence the outcome of a confrontation. Staying calm and composed can encourage the other person to mirror those behaviors. It may seem like we're backing down or whatever you want to call it. It's really using common sense and not letting a 2 or 3 minute confrontation define us for the rest of our lives. And I mean a possibility to properly provide for ourselves and our families for the rest of our lives. For some reason, reporting such events seems to really bother us. It's not ratting out someone or telling on them. It's part of the responsibilities we carry with us in the workplace. You may ask, why is reporting those incidences so crucial? Those incidences of bullying, verbal assaults, or physical confrontations can never be ignored. Reporting these incidents is not only about protecting yourself, it's also about maintaining a safe work environment for everyone. Too often people stay silent because they fear things like retaliation or because they don't want to, come across as a troublemaker. But unreported incidents can escalate, leading to more serious confrontations. By reporting, you're helping to prevent future violence and creating a culture where safety and respect can be prioritized. And even if you're a witness to such, it's your responsibility to report it as well. We should all help look out for our peers' jobs and well-being. A safe workplace is one where employees feel comfortable speaking up about issues before they turn into major problems. We have to encourage an environment of open communication where everyone knows that their concerns will be taken seriously. And our employers should provide clear policies and procedures for reporting incidences, and employees should be educated on how to use these resources. When everyone is committed to creating a safe environment, the risk of violence is significantly reduced. Workplace violence is not just a momentary lapse in judgment. It's an action that can have severe, long-lasting consequences. From damaging your career and personal life to facing legal ramifications, the cost is just far too high. But these situations can be avoided. By understanding our triggers, managing our anger, and using de-escalation techniques, you can protect your future. And remember, if you witness or experience bullying or violence, reporting it is our responsibility to maintaining a safe work environment for the entire team. In the end, we all have a choice. We can let anger take control, or we can choose to walk away and keep our careers, our families, and our futures intact. Let's choose to get along. Let's choose safety, and let's make sure that our workplaces are environments where everyone feels respected and protected. Well, I think we'll end on that point. I'd like to hear any thoughts you may have on today's topic. Email me at host@warehouseandoperationsasacareer.com and share those thoughts. I'll pass them on to our group. Until next week, let's all have fun, be productive, and be safe at it.